sir, it's the one and only Mr. Tom Brody. It's art, music, and culture. Original Long Wolf. Cheers to the Real Podcast. I'm out here with the fam. What up? What's good?
What's poppin', Tom Brody?
Yes, sir.
Going down.
Yes, sir. Yes,
ready,
sir.
yo?
Yes, sir. Hold on. Let's blast off and get a proper introduction to my man right here, who is an actor, activist, you know what I mean? Street icon. Introduce yourself to the people.
Yo, what up? It's Meeko Gattuso. It's not a game, boy. We out here.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Working, boy.
Extra work. You know what I mean? I love what you're doing out here with the people. I love the grind. You know what I mean? New York, just so you understand, is such a small world, this whole underground community. You know what I mean? I love his work as a professional, but I've also bumped into him just in random places and random clubs at random times. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of being a real native New Yorker. You know what I mean? But so let the people know the history, man. I know you got the Feel My Pain, kind of visual / Broadway / off Broadway kind of manuscript. How's that working? Let the people know.
Nah, that's great, man. We're still filming. COVID fucked up a lot of shit.
Right. Is that gonna be? That's like an off Broadway kind of thing.
Nah. It started off as a off Broadway show. Buy tickets at Ticketron, all that type of shit. But it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Meeko, let the people know. Let's go backwards, right? Because we got listeners, right? I know they see the visuals, but I want the listeners to get a grasp of the roots and the history, right? I want people to really understand the story and the manifestation of why, because this is a Cheers of the Real Podcast, and we out here supporting people who are passionate, you know what I mean, and have a clear desire for their art, their art and the culture.
Oh, definitely.
So what's the background? What's your accolades? What you worked on? Let the people know, man.
Yo, I started off when my debut was 2011, 2012.
2011.
Okay. Give Me the Loot, directed by Adam Leon. Super producer, Jim in Washington. Movie score, Nicholas Patel.
Right.
The actors are Ty Hickson, Tashiasha Washington,
Nice.
Zoe LaCaze, and myself.
So.
I came in just like I came in the movie. They I had a boy, man, that it's my nigga, man, a white boy, and he was in the hood.
Right.
He lived in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And he was going through his own shit. I don't want to put his business out there, but this is my heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, you gotta come with me, man. My cousin's doing a movie. I'm like, nigga, come on, man. Your cousin's doing a movie? It's bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? But I took the shot and I went. And I met his cousin and he said what he said. He's like, yo, I think you'd be perfect for this movie. Now, it was a little small.
You talking about when you just originally went down?
Yeah, for my first movie.
First
movie.
Okay.
Like, I knew I wanted to be an actor, but I didn't have the means of who to go to. I didn't have the plug. I didn't know, you know what I mean? I didn't know how to get it started. I just knew that I wanted to entertain and I wanted to see myself on that big screen.
So let people know when before we get ahead of the curve, because we're saying acting, and I know a lot of people's kind of like their mental kind of lights up and their eyes light up, and we say acting, we say New York, we say native New Yorker, and I would say, if you're not here in the studio, my man has the iconic like New York look down pat. You know what I mean? So when I know he's in this HBO special, you know what I mean, which I peeped, it's a beautiful thing, looking good out there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let the people know though, man.
I mean, it started with Give Me the Loot though, man. When Give Me the Loot, when I did that, I had a small part, and when they saw me on screen,
Right.
they stopped production to rewrite the script to give me a bigger part. Because when I got to that was like my last chance. Like, this is my one shot, my nigga. So I had to give it all I got, and I made sure I was ready.
Right.
They wrote an article in Elle magazine about Give Me the Loot, and they quoted saying that I stole the movie. You know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it was like,
that is more
I
than a
went
beautiful thing.
through my people telling me like, yo, you're genius. Like I never made a mistake. And it was crazy because I was like,
I see you busy out here. You busy,
so
bro.
I'm like, yo,
busy,
man, I never make a mistake. Like, But what was crazy was that they loved what I was doing.
Right.
They saw what I didn't see. I thought they were pulling my leg. I was like, man, come on, man, these white boys.
No, that's a great accolade. You say you got HBO under the accolade.
Yeah, but
that's a good look.
It took a minute to when I got there. So you know what I'm saying? From there, I didn't know I was gonna be continue doing acting. I thought it was gonna be a one-shot deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, hit wonder. And next thing you know, I got a call and I did King Jack, that won Tribeca Audience Award in 2016.
Right. So I peeped that off your reference. So I looked it up and I saw the accolades. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. From there, I did Seventh Fire. That was with Jack Riccobono, Nicholas Patel, who who did the movie score for 12 Years a Slave, and did the movie score for Moonlight. Like, you know what I mean?
So I want the audience when they hear this, because this is an audio show, although we got the cameras rolling. This is an audio show, so I want people to understand that there are a lot of talented people like yourself in like-minded situations, and there might be a younger version of yourself that's out there, grinding, that may have these aspirations of saying, you know what, I think I could do this. I think I can take my gift and say I'm gonna take it to the next level. So what does one do? What do we do? How does Joe Schmo from random place say, I'm gonna take this gift that I think is a gift and try to make it global?
First thing you gotta do is you gotta believe. If you don't believe, you won't achieve.
Is there a demand for certain looks? Do you think
I think right now we're in an all-time high for authenticity.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
I'm telling all my cats from the block, like, listen, go down there, you never know. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for you got cats that went to school trying to play your part.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. It's crazy, like for the youth, like for me, I went to YouTube, I went to the internet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, what do rich people do? You know what I mean? Like, say, they go to sleep early. Yo, I started going to sleep early. You know what I mean? They wake up early. You know what I mean? I started waking up early.
But it all starts, it's funny you say that, because the manifestation and the root was all that I want to do better for self.
Well, yeah. So now from doing Googling all this shit that read books. I started reading books.
And you started self-motivated.
Doing things. I remember buying 100 loose leaf paper, 100 sheets, and I wrote 100 positive words on it. Facts. And every day I would take that one word and I would read it and I would manifest it and I would try to carry out through the whole day. This is facts. And I did that. And I didn't know, I just figured it's something.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
That's dope, bro.
I started surfing the internet and I came across laws of attraction. Now this is dude.
Wifey thinks I'm bananas when I tell her about the law of attraction.
Oh my man. Listen, if I knew about the laws of attraction.
So guys, let's keep you up to speed, right? I know we might be getting ahead of ourselves, so hopefully you paying attention to the conversation. So now, a law of attraction is something that it's basically a theory of where the more I think I manifest my visualization, right?
Yeah, you can vision it. I vision myself doing movies. I vision myself being with those, like top A-list actors. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I see it, bro. I see it.
So it's crazy, but you got to do your footwork too. You know what I'm saying? You just can't, think about it. Yeah, I went to sleep, thought about it, dreamed about it, woke up, and I motivated myself to go take that route.
Facts.
And
Facts.
And another thing that helped me was I started helping. I started giving it away. You can't keep it in. The only way you're gonna get to the next level is giving it away. That's facts.
I agree with you. There are some people on a different stratosphere that don't agree with you.
No, I get it.
I agree with you, right? And there are certain customs and cultures that this is what they do. They're not living for now. They're living for their grandkids. They're passing that lineage and that heritage to their grandkids. And there's certain ethnicities in New York that I really respect because they know how to pass down generational wealth. And I think in Black and in Spanish communities, we don't pass down that generational wealth like other people do. You know what I mean? But the one thing we do pass down is culture, which is why you born and raised Bronx, That's culture, my brother.
No, definitely.
There are people that come around the world that say, I want to go to the Bronx.
Fucking right. To living down the BX.
They say, wait, what? Where did hip-hop start?
Bronx, kid.
Motherfucking Bronx.
Word up.
Like,
Birthplace.
Bronx.
Word up.
You know what I mean? Love the Bronx, man. I love it. Anytime I go up there, it's always good vibes, man. Always good vibes.
Yeah, the Bronx is something else, man.
The nightlife, I'm not too sure. Sketchy.
Sketchy everywhere, man. I don't even
The nightlife, I'm not too sure. It's sketchy.
Nah, it's sketchy, but at the end of the day, that's like.
Don't get caught after dusk.
Yeah. Nah, but it's a beautiful place, man.
No, hell yeah.
Yankees, we got.
There's a lot of old school mobsters coming out the Bronx.
Definitely.
Stop playing.
Nah, definitely. That's where Feel My Pain comes from. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the first cat to bring a documentary with Bronx dudes. Nobody has done it
Dope.
yet.
Dope.
There's only Harlem documentaries. There's only Queens, Brooklyn.
Right.
There's no Bronx documentaries on Cal that home. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like it's not happening. So you know what I'm saying? Along with my boy Pirata, you know what I'm saying? Who was in that era? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Who you know what I mean? Like
Legendary.
Google this. You know what I'm saying? You got Peter Shue. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Legendary.
It's not a game. Google this. You know what I'm saying? You got Mario Machete. So 50 Cent, if I'm correct, bought the Boy George story, but I think he's sitting on it.
You know what's funny? I heard.
Yeah, he's sitting on it, though, which is all good. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives me time to try to get my shit out first.
Shout out to Fifth, because
I want to be a cat that puts out a documentary, Bronx cats.
And then rather.
And then I'm from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
And
even though it don't all take place in the Bronx, meaning like Pirata came from Harlem. I mean from Brooklyn. He came from Fort Greene, Brooklyn.
Technically,
yeah. And then came to the Bronx, but he's a Bronx nigga himself. You know what I mean? Like
Bronx blew it though.
Yeah. So
So what do you think? So let's go backwards. So I hear a lot of there's a lot of Latino pride backed in your speech. You know what I mean? I hear it. You know what I mean? So when we say the Bronx, can we take the Latino culture out of the Bronx? Like, how does that work? Because there's a lot of regenification going on in the Bronx, right? So how's this gonna work with a lot of poor people being pushed out and everything?
I don't know, man.
Crazy, right? Crazy times.
Yeah, it's crazy times, man. Like,
especially in public housing. As a person born and raised in public housing, I could say that, across the board, there's a lot of poor people out there that right now are in these situations.
No. Especially with this COVID shit going on, my man. People just getting...
The elevator don't work.
Yeah.
And I got to deal with other problems.
Yeah. Nah, it's crazy, man.
I always felt, especially with the senior population in housing, they always could have did a better job.
Of course, man.
I don't care whether it's the Bronx or Brooklyn, because me growing up in Coney Island, it can't be any different than Harlem or Uptown or anywhere across the board. Nah. Whether that's Louisiana or anywhere else, I think it's the same. I think poor people tend to be neglected, especially in public housing.
Definitely. I mean, like, I haven't been. I'm falling. I haven't been like. It's a touchy subject, man, because it touches the heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see
That's a fact.
no old senior citizens nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I bring it up, because it touches me.
Being left out,
that's
man.
A fact.
Like don't do that shit on my watch or where I'm at, my man. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's struggling, man. Mm-hmm. It's not a game out here, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to have tough skin to come from the Bronx, man. So, I don't put it past. I know a lot of senior citizens probably that been dealing with this shit for a minute. Right. It's still toughening out. You know what I'm saying? Because we built that way. You ain't gonna stomp us out completely. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's people out there that's fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I haven't been on the front line with it like that. You know what I'm saying? But
I see with the vids though. I see you. I see you active. You definitely active.
I have to, man.
You're definitely active.
Like I have to. You know what I'm saying? If somebody says, "Yo, Nick, come down," and I'm coming.
I see you, from Brooklyn to Queens to the Bronx.
Like I take the bus, the train. Listen, I get there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm committed. You know what I'm saying? So if I tell you something, my word is like I'm coming.
And I think that's the funny thing about it cuts across generations. Is that if your word is born and you give your word to something, you just said it. You said, if I give my word, that's it.
Yeah, of course, man.
And I think, but that's what fucks up music and even in acting, I would think, right? Because it's all parallel. Music industry, the acting industry, all like condensed into kind of one, right? So I would say your word, like that handshake shit, I might be a throwback, right? But like people doing something off the handshake, it's almost non-exempt anymore. Because this same snake that I thought shook my hand now is going to do something behind the scenes, micromanage things to manifest a profit for himself, right? And it's fucked up because it's self-defeating when you start thinking, okay, if everyone I do business with is a snake, who's to be trusted, right?
Nah. Listen, it's fucked up because, like when I came in this game from beginning.
Tell him.
If I can help you, man, I got you. Let's do it.
But you're a rare breed, though. You're a rare breed. You're not the norm. You're a rare breed in the sense that most people are not cut from that cloth of each one teach one.
And you're right. And I had my learning experiences because at the end of the day, when I came in the game, I was trying to show love to everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it got to a point where like I'm out here grinding. Like you could do the same thing. Mm-hmm. You sitting on your couch and you waiting on me to do something, which I'm gonna do it because that's the way I'm built. Like I want to see you. I want to see you make it, man.
Right.
But you gotta help yourself too. You know what I'm saying? I put cats in movies. Whether
have that happened to you where you recommend someone to do something and then they just don't show up or they?
Oh hell yeah!
Word?
Yeah.
But people be wild. Like
it's wild.
That's laziness times 10. See, I have friends like that too. You might tell them about a job. You be like, yo, fam, all you need to do is show up to this job on Friday afternoon, and they'll look at you like, I couldn't make it, fam.
I don't blame them, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Listen, you know why? I'll tell you this why.
You got pity love. That's you giving them pity love?
That is because I got a million chances. God, my higher power gave me not one, not two, not three, and he gave me a million chances. Ooh. And every time he held his hand out, I cut it off. Each time. And it took me 1,000 times of me cutting his hand off that. I said, blessing? You know what? Let me grab onto this hand. So at the end of the day, like, I understand. See, what these cats in the hood don't realize is that 90% of the cats in the hood, they let the hood rob them from their being great. You know
Amen, brother. Amen.
And I was one of those dudes.
Amen.
Then we suffer from the fact that we don't even know, but this is a disease.
Amen.
Self-sabotage.
You are
we don't even
on
know
the
where
money.
the fuck that shit is coming from.
You on the money.
Like I build it up. I got this glass house. I build it. I get to the last brick, and then I get the sledgehammer and I break everything down.
I gotta see. Well, again, I would have to wonder with all the latest MCs who've been like, done off on gang violence. You know what I'm saying? We got King Von and then Pop Smoke and Nipsey Hussle and so on. This is something I brought up to like-minded people, is that someone outside the hip-hop community would look at this, right? And this is a manifestation of really what's going on in the nuclear, right? So hip-hop is really ruled and governed by gang culture. Whether people want to admit it or not, there's a certain code that's going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? But what's going on with the gang culture though? Like we assassinating our prophets. We killing off young artists, like not even in their prime. They just scratched the surface.
It's sad, man.
Especially someone like Nipsey. Like when you realize,
I went to LA, man. I went to
I saw the visuals. Yeah, I saw the visuals.
Man, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even know Nipsey. Like I went there and with my face tattoos, when I got to the store, the Marathon store, it was like not that
live and direct.
Yeah, I was live and direct, but my whole thing was it wasn't as it just started forming.
Right.
It started forming around.
Right.
I was like, oh shit.
Right.
I'm with a white boy, one of my good close friends, Sam Soga, I'm with him. And I'm like, oh man, we gonna get, like what's going on? Like I didn't know, but my whole thing is like I came with love. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest with you, the few times I've been to LA, I'm gonna keep it funky. Right? But then again, I don't give off those vibes. But I will say that If you ain't looking for it, it's not there.
No, it's not there.
But the difference with New York, though, is that you could be an innocent bystander and you could get blanked. Like, I was at the wrong place at the fucking wrong time. It might be because we so condensed, like we live on top of each other. Like Texas, Florida, you know, LA. Out. You guys are spaced out, bro. Yeah. Like anyone listen to this podcast, if you're not from New York, you never visit New York. We got 5 boroughs. And our boroughs are almost like cities, bro. Like Bronx, like if I was born and raised in the Bronx on my man's block, I could probably just stay in that universe forever and never leave the block. Right? Everything is there for you. You don't have to leave the block. And this is what happens in hood culture, where we got grown men who never traveled outside of the box. No, of
course. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, don't let the hood rob you. Like, don't not fly with the wings that you get. You know what I'm saying? When you get a certain age.
I like that.
Go take flight, my man.
I like that.
But I was one of those dudes, man. Like when I was a kid, I was like, I couldn't. They was like, oh, you're gonna go. Like my father wanted me to go to the army. I was like, man, I ain't going to the army. I failed the test.
I ain't gonna lie.
I was like, I can't go to the army.
Fam, they almost got me. I almost went.
But my father was like, he was trying to get me to go. I failed the test. Now my whole idea was that I was like, I can't leave my block. They having a party. Like,
so I'm just curious, why didn't you want to do the army?
I ain't trying, because that's how ignorant I was. It was like the hood robbed me the hood robbed me after thinking that that's corny. I ain't gonna go do that.
You hit it right on the head.
Because
truth be said, I was gonna be a
wish
Marine.
I went to the army. I would have jumped out of helicopters.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I would have learned certain type of shit.
I told my dad this because he's a vet, right? And I always tell him one of few regrets that I have in life is that I didn't become a vet. That I didn't actually serve when I had the chance, because I was enrolled. Let me take the test. And then, you see people that you bang with, that they're not on that frequency, and you're like, So it makes you wonder, there's a lot of people that would listen to the podcast, they'd be like, damn, don't let your friends hold you back, is the essence. Don't ever let the people that you hang out with define your achievements in life, right? Because sometimes your greatness it's going to be at such a maximum that there might be people around you that can't maintain your maximum, right? I'm pretty sure you've been in situations that you bring people and they're not ready to like manifest what you bring to the table. Like you said, like you might give someone a job, an acting job, and then they say,
Nah, but because people don't realize the struggle, man. Like, my first 3 movies, man, I was still struggling. There's no money. That's that real, actor working, we struggling out here. It's all a grind, my man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not going to put on Instagram that I'm broke and I got $1 in my pocket. You don't do that. I could go somewhere and really have $1 in my pocket, but you're going to think I'm a motherfucking millionaire. Because that's how I carry myself off. Because I might not have it yet, but I'm on the road to get it.
So that's the funny thing, is how does that affect the art in the sense that everyone is fronting for the gram? How does this affect the art? Like you being an artist, at the end of the day, you're an artist. You bring a certain professionalism to the camera work, right? So I'm filming something. I want to hire professionals, right? How would an actor define himself as a professional? Upcoming actor. How would I say, you know what? I'm gonna learn off his errors. Be an actor. How am I gonna make a living?
No, this is a grind.
How do I make a living?
Listen, my first movie, I made $20,000, right?
I hope my daughter doesn't say, I want to be an actress.
Listen, I made $20,000. This is a true story. I made $20,000, right? And I have friends be like, oh, she got $20,000. No, my man, like.
Sounds like a lot.
No, it's not a lot. Because if you really look at it, because they're not thinking the way I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, well,
taxed.
But at the end of the day, if I don't get no more work for that whole year, that means I made $20,000 for the year. That's equivalent to somebody working at McDonald's, my man. It's a grind, my man. Yeah, listen, like I told you, I was in construction. I left the construction job $1,200, $1,500 a week. You know what I'm saying? But because I believed in this, you know what I'm saying? And I kept at it. You know what I mean? And you're right, I worked for peanuts. You know what I'm saying? Because the next like film that I didn't make as much as $20,000.
But you get work. See, that's the thing is there's a lot of actors out here that are gonna listen to what you and I are saying that they get no work, that they've been on 7, 8, 9, 10,
and I'm gonna tell you why
they're not getting called back.
They're not a part of a team.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. See, I see you on your gram. I see you busy. You with a lot of different people, man. You grinding.
I'm not saying you can't do it by yourself, but it's going to take harder to do it by yourself. Now, if you have a team that's with you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my first movie was Give Me the Loot, directed by Adam Leon. That brought up Jamin Washington, Dominic Buchanan.
It's all a progression.
Natalie Diffin.
It's all going upward.
No,
all a progression.
we all a part of this, and we became a family, which is rarely happens in a film.
Right.
And we said we're going to stick together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so if they're working, I'm working. If I'm working, and I got something, it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
And it's like that's what's crazy about it, because after that, like after Give Me the Loot, my boy Dominic Buchanan was doing the movie King Jack.
But someone's gonna listen to you and be like, you were just lucky. You know, in a sense of, they're gonna listen and be like, okay, I've tried to be an actor. I'm a good-looking girl, or I'm a good-looking guy. I tried to be an actor. I tried to go down. I've auditioned. I did all this. He's selling you fool's gold, in the sense of, I
look at your work ethic. Like nigga, I grind every day. I do this, my man. Like the gram.
How do you feel about Asians?
I don't have no agents.
How do you feel about them though? You think a lot of agents are shiesty?
I was just with my boy. He came down trying. Wanted to try to sign me to his management.
Yeah, you were telling me something on the side.
It's all good. I was like, I was seeing what he had to offer. It's like, it's like, a basketball player. They coming down, want you on my team.
Right.
He came down, boom, I went to Philly, boom, had a ball. You know what I'm saying? But I had to come, to a decision. Like, I do good dolo. Like, why can't we work freelance?
You seem busy.
Let's work freelance. Yo, you get me some work. Yo, we go have boom and keep it moving, and we can keep doing work. I do a lot of work with that.
I'm curious if you could work in a perfect scenario, right? Perfect scenario. If you could work with any actor, right? I'll pick. Matter of fact, I'll give you 3 actors, right? And then from those 3 actors, you'll tell me I would love to work with them or hell motherfucking no. Right? I'm going to say Denzel Washington.
Yeah, I would love to definitely work with Denzel, fucking right.
Hell motherfucking
That's the Godfather right
what
there.
The fuck?
Like, come I grew up watching this film. As a matter of fact, I channel a lot of shit through, like my school. I ain't take acting school. I ain't got no acting school.
Right.
That's why motherfuckers out here is like people that took acting school, like, how the fuck? It's just because at the end of the day, there's people that have it and there's people that don't. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way.
Well, that goes back to what we said outside. It's a personality issue.
And also the camera gotta love you. No, listen, that you know what I mean? No. I came in like, are you sure I did good? Yo, you did great, excellent. Yo, my man, like, all I've been hearing since I've been in the game is like, wow. I mean, yo, Sam Levinson called me.
But it's a fact, because if you were a female and the camera didn't love you, like, let's just say that's a double standard, because now if I was interviewing a woman, right, it probably wouldn't be an obese paraplegic woman unless she had these crazy accolades, right? So the vanity is always involved with acting. That's the part, maybe even growing up.
It's not.
There's a certain part. I always thought that people that acted that were really good, even as a child, growing up in New York, there's certain people that went to they went to Juilliard and all this. But when it's all done and said, you have to have a certain amount of bravado and confidence behind.
Well, listen, look, let me tell you something. Do, right? You know me from first Instagram, kid. When I would lip sync songs, my man, you saw me. You was like, yo, this nigga singing Jay-Z? Is he lip syncing this shit? And the people don't realize when I did that song, I was Jay-Z.
Hello. Well,
see what I'm saying? And people laugh. They're like, what are you doing? Like, it's not even your song. Like, I don't care. I just I did it, nigga. Right. And I saw the camera and I liked it. You know what I'm saying? And there was a time when I couldn't do that because I'm a G where we didn't do camera shit. I had to fight.
Yeah.
And once I I would set the camera up and do it and do 100 videos and get that one right. Boom, and like, oh shit, I like it. Boom, and send it. Once I sent it, people, I didn't care no more. I didn't care whether you laughed. Now, I kept doing it, and now the hood wanted to do videos. I got killers doing Instagram because I made it like, I got my whole family. Listen, it came to a point where I had a prop box. It was fun, you know what I'm saying? Because me and my sister did a thing, because we would, there's no lie, we would pop some E-pills, we smoke our weed, and we're going to the bathroom, my man.
Nice.
A bottle of Henny, a bottle of fucking vodka, you know what I'm saying? Smoking weed, cigarettes, boom, and then we'll set up the phone. We have the lamp with the fucking thing over, and I swear to God, we would pick songs to lip sync, and we called it Bathroom Masters. I don't know.
That's the household I want to be in.
Yo, nobody listen.
Yo.
And then, listen. But what was crazy was I called it Bathroom Masters because we was always in the bathroom, right? And we set up shop, so we had people come over to the house like, yo, we're gonna just pick a song and sing it. So it came to a point where I had people. My boy Sam Soga, come on, man. I had people coming doing Bathroom Masters with us. Like
Showtime at the Apollo.
And
that's how it should be.
We had a great time, my nigga. Like,
that's how it should be.
It was just bananas.
And that's a learning lesson for a lot of you first time parents, is that showcase your kids' dreams, man. Like if they out here like wilding out, you know what I mean? Like let them wild out. You know what I mean? You should be proud that they're like forthgoing and ready to, like, you know, be different in that sense. You know what I mean? But again, let's go backwards. I want to touch base. I want the listener who is a practitioner of acting. I want him to understand something, is that my man got great accolades. You know what I mean? And he's been busy. He's a practitioner of the craft. He's an activist. He's out here in the BX. He's a native New Yorker. But I'm gonna ask him this, man. What are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I want to hear a few of your favorite movies of all time. Cause you're big into movies. So I want to hear. Because I'm, you know, out here in the Cheerz of the Real podcast, we are.
You want old movies or new movies?
Man, listen, it don't. I think to the audience, I think it depending on their age.
Nah, like, okay.
Age is always a barrier.
I'm always gonna put this movie True Romance is one of my
True Romance. Yo, it's funny.
True Romance is crazy. That movie right there.
See, one would not think it was True Romance.
Nah. Yo, my man, like, did you see?
Word? Yo, bro,
yo, listen.
That's a classic. Wait, and I want to make it something funny. I had a prior guest on PHE Films, and I had mentioned that the Blair Witch Project was $60K to do, and meanwhile they grossed 246.8 million.
Blair Witch was crazy.
What the
I remember watching
That's
that,
crazy,
and what inspired me was that, yo, they did it with like come on, anything's possible.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I think
you have to have the love.
That was
and you believe, like, yo, they made it happen.
That was,
and even Paranormal Activity was like kind of the same. The first one,
same
thing. Just watching this monitor, like, it was bananas. But you know.
I'm gonna give you a random fact, because we've been dropping random facts out here on the Cheerz of the Real podcast. If you were to guess, as a guesstimation, right, just a guess, how many people would you say live in New York State? A guess. If we were guessing, would we say random guess?
Yo, I would have no clue, man. That's not.
Check this out. It's 19.45 million people.
Okay.
Live in New York State.
That's crazy.
Yo, that's bananas.
That's crazy.
And then when I think about that,
yeah.
When you think about in sales, and you think about, like, even with voters and voter suppression or whatever they want to talk, you think 19.5 compared to Texas, or like what would you think is the biggest state? Like, the biggest state, Alaska, is number 1. Number 2 is Texas.
No, Texas is big.
Yo,
but
bro,
I have no
Texas.
clue. Alaska's like a fucking cartoon to me.
Yo, bro, Alaska.
I don't even think about Alaska. Like, they don't even come pop.
Bro, Alaska is like the fucking final frontier out there, son.
You out there with the fucking ice age.
Alaska is one of the few places that I personally have not
Well, I think
gone
it's the igloo.
to.
You gotta go there and get the igloo.
Yeah, he's igloo.
Yeah, nigga. Fucking fishing in the hole.
There's definitely no igloos in
Yo,
Alaska, but I hear you. Yo, the number 3 is California.
Cali's big.
Cali is fucking huge, bro. Cali. The one thing I will, shout out to everybody in Sacramento. Yo, beautiful town. Love it out there, man. And then you go all the way down to like San Diego. Whole different fucking vibe. Yeah. It's like night and day. Or
Beverly Hills. Like, I went to Cali and, I'm with my boy. And he's like, yo, we're going to go to my uncle's house. And he lives in Beverly Hills, my man. His friend lives in Beverly Hills. Like, for me to go to LA and then just going to Beverly Hills, I'm chilling in Beverly Hills. I'm like, my man, like, what's going on here? I'm seeing where Eddie Murphy, you know what I'm saying, did the movie over there,
Shit.
Yo, it's crazy.
So number four on this top biggest New York states, right? We got Alaska, Texas, California. Number 4 would be Montana.
I don't even know where Montana's at.
Holla. Mad north. Yo, I'll be honest with you, son. The only people that live in Montana, and it's funny because Montana, the property.
All I know is French Montana.
Yeah, my man's on fire. Yo, but what I will say is
Montana's deserts out there.
If Montana, I'll be honest with you, the real estate, if you look at the houses, I dare you, go on Zillow, go on your phone, look at Zillow, right? Go on Zillow.com, right? Shout out to Zillow.com. You should give me a fucking freebie. But yo, if you go on and you look at some of the real estate, you be like, God damn, this is some serious shit. Yo, bro, acres and acres of land. But anyway, number 5.
When I make my first million, I talk about my time. All right, thanks for
number 5. Number 5, the golden number 5 on this list is New Mexico.
New Mexico.
I've never been to New Mexico.
I've never been to Mexico.
Personally, I've never been. I've been to Texas, never been to New Mexico.
I've never been to Mexico.
I know it's just hot as fuck in New Mexico. Yo, shout out to all my people listening. If you're tuning in Mexico.
The dollar goes longer in Mexico.
Yo, I will say.
Man, I'm not.
I will say that Taino culture and all my Mexicano in fucking New Mexico got it popping off. Because I know for a fact, Arizona and Texas, yo, they got that on smash.
Talking about they brought Mexico to New Mexico. It's like, hey, it's not a game. They ain't shutting nothing down, boy.
I went out to Texas. I was having tortilla with my eggs in the morning.
Yo,
that's a fact, homie. I was like, yo, I'm at the right spot. Yo, they wilding out here, son.
No.
Yo, they wilding out.
Yeah.
Hold on, they wilding out, son.
I left New York.
In Texas, they pop their guns.
Yo, they pop their guns. Listen, Louisiana.
No,
Listen, I lived in Louisiana.
Did you? I only visited.
Yo, listen.
Yo, shout out to you, wild motherfucking.
Word up. Shout out to the West Bank.
Y'all wilding out there.
Mary Poppins. It's not a game, boy.
Yo, the one thing I like about New Orleans, I've always told this to my wife. If I ever died, I always wanted a second line. Because in New Orleans, they have, when the blues artists or the jazz artists at the time would pass, they would have like a second line, which were basically people partying, live instruments, trombone,
yeah. That's
saxophone.
Listen,
it's like a Mardi Gras kind of.
Away from home.
Yo, I love it over there, son. Love it.
Like it's beautiful, man. Like the South, you're never gonna go hungry. I don't care if you know what I'm saying. Like when I left to the South, I went to Atlanta Drive. I was homeless. I was homeless out there. I went out there, said, nigga, I'm out. I'm going, boom. I was there on New Year's Eve. And then I said, okay, I gotta survive this shit. And somehow, some way, God put me. There was a bunch of us, like some from California. Somebody was from New, like Boston, and we all sit together. And the shelter system is crazy out there, my man. You think New York takes care of the homeless people? People don't want homeless shelter.
So let's go backwards, right? Let's go backwards because a lot of people that know me, they know I'm in healthcare. They know, I deal with a lot of crazy situations as far as healthcare. So I would say when you say homeless, right? Do you think New York City does a good job handling the homeless situation?
They don't. New York takes care of their own, man. That's facts, man. I don't give a fuck because I was there. So, but the problem is that the cats don't want to go. You know, they either in drug addiction, they got mental issues, man. So that's
they say ETOH.
Yeah, that's the problem that we having. If you didn't have that drug addiction or mental issues, my man, you would have been in that shelter, getting your shit together, boom, getting that crib, boom, and making it happen. Like thousands of families that went through the shelter system and got their own.
As a young dude, you know, that people that know me will always say, they'll confirm it. You know what I mean? Like I did the shelter thing, and I did the back and forth and back, and I would say the system itself is broken. We know that. There are a lot of golden stars and blooming flowers that are in the crevices of concrete that are trying to bloom.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And these are the souls and kind of people that we're trying to gravitate to this Cheerz to the Real podcast, of people that are trying to be motivated and trying to inspire themselves and look for methods and ways and kind of how we kind of micromanage the matrix. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's trapped in a matrix or somehow. But so with the whole acting thing, man, what I really want the listener to understand is that being a practitioner of acting, because I love movies, right? Is it really as easy as it seems to walk into one of these kind of I guess interviews, pretty much, right? How does it work? Like, you get a script and you read it, like, how break down to the listener, like how does it work? So basically your agent tells you, or you know.
Let me tell you something, and you know, I rarely do auditions. I should do more.
Why? Why don't you do it?
I don't trust people.
What you mean?
Meaning, I only deal with my team.
Yikes. Really?
Yeah. So if say Adam Leon called me right now and told me to go, I'm going. Because that's who got me to where I'm at. I trust him. We're family. He showed me more, you know what I'm saying? All my friends within the industry, they held my best interest. You know what I'm saying? And when we did Give Me the Loot, my first movie, man, you know, like, let me tell you something, that movie's worldwide. You can watch that shit. You can watch that shit in Istanbul, my man.
Yeah.
Like, we went to South by Southwest, brought it back to New York.
Shout out to Istanbul.
And sold out the moment 3 nights straight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jonathan Demme, before he died, that he represents on the DVD, my man. So, you know what I mean? Like it's a prestigious movie. Anything that I've done, I've been blessed that I've been on prestigious films.
Yo, you've been... Like I
Yo,
said,
Give Me the Loot is prestigious, my man.
You've been,
you know what I'm saying?
It's been
a Listen, I don't know too much. Like what I know is what I've learned going, you know, traveling through my journey.
Facts.
But I never knew about Cannes Film Festival. So if I was to tell somebody, say, hey, you know, my film been into Cannes Film Festival, right? A person that knows film would be like, what?
But so how?
It's
funny. It's funny you say that shit. So what you think about the film festival shit? Like, you think it's phony baloney? Is it like legit? You like how do you? Because I've been to a few, right? And if you're outside that metric and you don't understand how that work, it could be phony baloney depending on what you're looking for, right? Depending on what kind of art are you looking for? Because, you know, you could go to.
So if you go into a film festival just to merely look at movies, that's different from looking at it in my point of view. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we there to entertain. Any film that we do, you're gonna try to submit it to every film festival. That's what we do.
And there's a lot,
and
right?
There's a lot.
Not everyone. I'm curious. We're gonna do a double check. What would you guess? Take a guess.
Listen, Give Me the Loot. Film festival, Jerusalem.
Oh,
in Jerusalem. I'm like,
wow.
Jerusalem. I didn't even go. I said, I'm good.
They turned up out there, by the way.
I'm just saying.
Just FYI, they
okay, I didn't know that, but I'm just like, you know what I mean? But
just want to let you know they turned up out there.
Film festivals, they got the short film festivals. You know, like I love the short film festivals.
You know, I'm actually working with Ammo, a mutual friend who's gonna come up later in at some point in the podcast, and we're gonna talk about trying to bring a Coney Island film festival, like full blast, like on the boardwalk, like.
And that could happen.
No, it more than should happen. And but what's funny is like, I guess all these Coney Island is kind of like almost like Venice in a sense of it's like that last seaside slum, bro. It's the last seaside slum. It is the essence of something that doesn't exist anymore, where there are poor people that just beach bum and surf and drink beer and hang out and plop on the beach and camp on the beach and do things on their own wave. That's not going to exist anymore.
No.
Everything is going to be a conglomerate that owns portions of everything. Right? Goes back to what we were talking about Puerto Rico, right? Same thing. You know what I mean? Like grandmother, grandfather, both sides, born and raised, you know what I'm saying? And then I have to wonder, I see all the I see it. I look, I'm like, wow, this is looking different out here. When's the last time you were on a PR?
Oh, I haven't been PR since I was, 30 years ago?
Woo-wee.
Yeah.
That's a minute.
I'm a different.
No, I hear you. You more of you a New Rican.
I'm a New Yorican, man. Because people get offended, like you know what I mean? Like, I'm not shouldn't. I'm not trying to. Listen, my heritage is Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Plus Philippines. Listen, first of all, I'm the son of Joe Bataan. You know what I'm saying? One of, you know what I'm saying, a fine y'all all-star, my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got musical talent within, but that's the Philippine side of me. Then I got and my father is black. He's a Filipino black man. Then you have my mom's Puerto Rican. Like, I'm, you know what I mean? Like the heritage.
You got layers.
Spanish Harlem, 115.
Yo, but you know what's crazy? So check this out. Growing up, because you might have been a little different. You're a hybrid, right? Again, being that being biracial was not popular.
No.
Yo, what's funny? I don't think people understand this, right? And I think
I never considered myself. It never became see. People don't realize too, like in Spanish Harlem, what bothered me about Puerto Ricans when they come to New York.
Because Puerto Ricans owned, ruled, navigated, cultivated Spanish Harlem, the Bronx.
Yeah, but you gotta understand Spanish Harlem, that's 50% black, Moreno también, you know what I'm saying? And
that's where we get the black spades and we get all that whole gang culture.
Like, I never looked at a black guy and be like, oh shit, he Moreno, nah, because Spanish Harlem has always been like, you go to Spanish Harlem right now, you got blacks talk the same Spanish I talk.
Yeah, that's a fact. But and that's the part. And we gonna get deeper. We gonna get deep.
They had a problem that Jennifer Lopez dated Diddy.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What's the problem?
Go ahead.
It didn't bother me. I ain't come from that cloth. Like, even if she dated a white boy, I didn't come from that cloth. Like, fuck you mad about that?
I heard, you know what I'm saying? A lot of tension.
So it was like, damn, like, it bothered me because I'm like, I don't look at it that way, even though,
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So it was bugged out. Like, then they coming at me, looking at me like, oh, why you chilling? Well, you fuck, I grew up with my man.
But
like,
has race always played a component in hip hop? Is race always the backbone? Because I would wonder, because I know for a fact, like I told you, Puerto Rico's been here.
Yeah,
right?
We've been there in the beginning.
We've been here.
Of course, but that's facts. But I think, and if you don't, then go get know your shit. They gotta know their shit.
And I think people who are not cut of the cloth is who I'm trying to educate. Because I think people who are in our element, in this kind of underground collective, we each one teach one, we build, we understand what's going on. So the core audience that I'm trying to like really, really bring in is someone that would be like, what did he just say? Yes, that's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Latin people have been down with hip hop from the root.
We the longest. Listen, Puerto Ricans is the longest. We came over here in Operation Bootstrap, my man. Like we the first.
We the Borinques, bro. Come on, man.
So we've been the longest here. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
But better yet, Spanish people historically, especially in New York, have always lived, right, coinciding the black community.
Of course, definitely.
Right.
And every once
so
in the blue,
whether it be Brownsville
and every once in the blue,
and then you got Bushwick on the side, whether it be Harlem, right, and then you got Spanish Harlem. Like it's funny how people differentiate. Is it Harlem or Spanish Harlem?
No, yeah, because the East Side, Spanish Harlem. But you seen as much blacks in Spanish Harlem, like you see as much as in Harlem. I didn't have no problem walking through Harlem.
Right.
Come on, like if a person hears me in the hood, like I'm in the hood, and I use the word that I shouldn't use, you know what I'm saying? And they could look at me like.
How do you feel about that though? I'm curious. Like, how you feel about that?
I'm a hood nigga, man. I don't mean. There's a lot that I have to learn.
Right.
I'm not that far removed.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
I came a long way. You know what I'm saying? I came from a dark place where I didn't think that I was gonna be able to get out of. Never in my life anybody questioned me about it. And I've been in anywhere, man. You can't tell me nothing.
Better yet. Let's go revolutionary, right? I think people need to really understand is that we got the Young Lord Party,
nigga,
right?
Of course.
So I think when people see chaos on their TV, I don't think they really understand chaos when you have like the Weather Underground and the Young Lords that they're blowing up police stations and things of this nature. So I don't think to me, in my mind as a native New Yorker, this is a lot calmer than what things could have been, should have been, would have been, and used to be. You understand?
Oh yeah, definitely. Ain't nobody gonna be the Young Lords. Nobody stepped up.
Right.
I don't believe.
No, you're right. You're right.
Nobody stepped up.
And that's me. And that's me included. And that's me included because
growing up, coming from 115, that was 112th Street. They were right there. That was headquarters. We had a headquarters right there on 112th Street.
They had one downtown Brooklyn
right
too.
There, that little corner, boom. Yeah. I remember the 13th platform.
But why? But what I don't understand is in hip hop, right? Especially with the gang culture, right? There's a lot of symbols and things that are very symbolic to masonry, right? That I don't understand how people start using numerology and it gets confused into like gang symbols. Do you see that happening? Okay.
What do you mean? Like what? Like
in the sense of there's a lot of
subliminals?
No, not even. There's just like a lot of there's a lot of the 5 and the 6 when we talk about stars.
You ride the 5, you ride the 6.
Right. So
people's folk.
Right. Yeah. So what yes. So what I'm trying to say is that
because you got the peoples, you got the folk nation. You know
what I'm really trying to bring out is right. And once again, you just tuned in. It's one and only Mr. Tom Brody, art, music, and culture. It's a Cheerz of the Real podcast.
Definitely.
But the real thing I'm trying to bring out is that how and why are the people not organized in the sense of gang culture, in the sense of why are the people not, like when I look at something when I look at the Warriors and I see
there's not enough of you and me's out there. You know what I'm saying? To really do it. It's like a defeating battle, man. Like I could. I'm a land king, man. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Certified, you know what I'm saying? And I have brothers out there I'm 49 years old, and I have brothers out there that's, you know what I'm saying, I see boom, and next thing you know, he got beads on and a bandana hanging. You 45 years old. If
you wasn't around in 93, I don't know if I could.
But what I'm saying is like, okay, like, my man, you 45 years old. Fuck is you doing with
you missed that wave.
Fuck is you doing with a bandana?
You missed that wave.
My man, like,
you missed it.
If you still there, man, we got problems.
You missed that wave.
And that's the problem, like, and they don't want to let go.
So, what he just said, I'm gonna say something to a lot of you elders.
They don't want to let go
in hip hop. Is that a lot of you elders in hip hop? It's real facts. Y'all don't want to let go. So a lot of you elders in hip hop, y'all caught up in these ways, man. And then you cultivate these young guys, right? And then they out here set tripping in New York. And then there's sets that's like, what? This is not native New York shit. You know what I mean? There was at a place, and I'm just being a native New Yorker, where I did have a lot of respect for Low Lives, obviously, for the Deceps, for a lot of like real homegrown, New York gangs. And it's funny because people may look at something like the Warriors and say, oh, this is just not true. It's just some Hollywood shit. Like, no, fam. This is how New York was.
Yeah.
Like, you had the homicides in Coney Island. You know what I mean? You had the homicide. The homicides was fucking, these guys was chopping necks off, son. This is a fucking official, real deal shit.
You had gangs all over. You had back in the day, like, the Bronx had the baldies. This is going when I was like running snot nose.
Right. So what I'm saying is a lot of states make it seem.
What was that? They had the Chingalings. They had the
Chingalings.
Yo, they had another movie before the Warriors. I forgot the name. With the Wanderers. If you're a real G, if you remember the Wanderers, my man. You know what I'm saying? They put the gang shit on the map.
He's not lying.
The Mau and shit. Like, come on, kid. Fuck out of here. It's not a game. Before, nigga, first of all,
yo,
New York wasn't about. New York wasn't.
Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back, right? Let's go back. And I don't care if you Chino. I don't care if you Latino. Because shout out to all my real Chinos. Y'all know, man. We got the Flying Dragons. We got all that shit, son. Stop playing games, man. So, when it's all done and said, right? Real people recognize...
And you gotta fuck with Bruce Lee, nigga. Fuck are you talking about?
What? Hold on.
Bruce Lee will fuck shit up.
He said, be like water. He said, it's better to be like water.
Who wasn't walking around with Chinese slippers back in the day? Fuck out of here,
yo,
kid.
He had me walking around with Chinese slippers.
Nigga, I had the Chinese slippers. Nigga, I went to 115th Street to Cosmo, 2 movies at one shot. Straight up. The Chinese connection, my man, come on. You remember Sunday
Yo,
Channel
I'm not
5?
gonna lie. A lot of you
at
guys.
3 o'clock?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. What he's saying right now, a lot of people in a different generation don't understand where we ain't have the access of cable. In the sense of there was no YouTube, right?
Yeah,
so we would jump on and Channel 9. It would be Kung Fu Flicks by Run Shaw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest, it's funny because when you live long enough, you start realizing that everything is manifest and it's all 360. People keep repeating things that him and I have pretty much been through. And you know what? And I'm gonna take it as a compliment. We drink, and,
you know what's crazy?
And it's a compliment to our where we cut from.
No, because you know what's crazy is that my son is 21 years old and this boy thinks he's Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Boy studies Japanese literature. You know, my son is amazing. And when he graduated high school, I sent him to Japan.
Nice.
And
yeah, and one day you too can send your daughter or son to Japan.
I wasn't going. Yo, his mother went with him. I didn't go, nigga. I wasn't get on that plane.
One day you too can send your son to Japan.
He didn't want to come back. This nigga didn't want to come back. Yo, listen, since from what was age was like 6, everything been Japanese birthdays. Bro. Facts. Where you get it from?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. Yo, shout out to all my people on 8th Avenue in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my people in Flushing. You know what I mean? But out here in New York, Asian culture is felt heavy.
Yeah, definitely.
Felt heavy. Like, there's no way you moving out here with not.
Yo, shout out to Peter Shoe. It's not a game, boy.
Yes, sir.
Feel my pain.
Yes, sir. That's what it is, man. But yo, I want you to leave the people with you know, not rushing you off, but I want you to leave the people with a little food for thought, because again, someone's gonna listen to it. It might be a young, you know, who knows, 12-year-old.
No, definitely, man.
But I want you to, because they may not see the visuals. They may see the visuals. They may not understand the context, the energy, or where we coming from, and our cloth and our timeline. But give them a little motivation, in the sense of if you're young and you're aspiring and you got the gift of gab and you think you got it and you feel like, I think I could do this acting thing. And I'm not talking about someone that went to school.
No, I'm talking to my cats in the hood.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not talking about someone who is a trained actor. Like, fam, you should be on your job. You should already been setting things out. You should be busy. If mommy and daddy are paying for things,
yeah, definitely.
you should be busy.
Nah, yeah, definitely.
I should see you in some Broadway plays and things like that. But I'm talking to my man in 4F that he got the look, he got that energy, he was thinking about it. How does he go about it?
Yo, man, the first thing you gotta do is, man, if you have to believe, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, if this is what you want to do, it's gonna take sacrifice. It's not gonna be easy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work 10 times, 20 times harder than the average. I have to work 20 times harder, man. First of all, you gotta.
But how do we do it? I want you to give a top three. Here we go. Let's go to number one. Number one.
Number one was I gave up relationships.
So basically, if you're really, really about this life, you might have to give up a relationship.
Of course.
And I'm hold on, as an artist,
you got to. Unless you have somebody in already there. But
as an artist, I'm gonna co-sign this shit, and I'm gonna say, if you really hell bent on something, and you're moving forward, and you're caught in a space and a place, don't let anyone fuck up your mojo. You keep that shit moving forward and you keep it rolling. You know what I mean? Like, don't, especially, girlfriend. Like, what the fuck? Nah, I ain't talking about wife. A girlfriend?
I'm not ready because I haven't accomplished the things that I want to accomplish. I'm not ready to give that part of me because I need that part for this. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think for inspiring artists, do you think, and this is something that's true and real, son, I'm being honest, because me and you are free thinkers. We outside the box, but other people, you think the female element, or for female rappers, the male element, do you think that might fuck up their kind of free thinking and like creative spirits? And
listen, man, it go for either or, man. Like, whether, you know what I'm saying, if you really want to do this,
a girlfriend can hold you back though.
For me, it is because I'm not gonna be able to love them the way I would want to.
When you're locked in on your project, you're going in, and
you can't try to have a relationship and try to do this. It's not gonna work.
I agree. I would say if you're hell bent locked into being an actor, I think you need to really hone in on your craft. You really gotta really figure out what are my top 5 things that I really want to do. If I'm living in New York, I want to say, listen, I'm going to go to all the Midtown spots. I'm going to audition. I'm going to knock this out the ballpark. If you're in LA, you already know, man. You're going to hit all the fucking, go-to spots, man. And what's crazy is we're living in a day and age that the research behind you being independent, the research you could do for these open auditions is next level. This is not the 90s. This is not like when I was trying to do it, like an audition for Kids, the movie. It was more like you had to be in the loop. Nowadays, it's like, oh, okay. Like,
somebody gotta be the go-to, man. I ain't gonna front, and I'm not trying to say I take that and I hold that on my back, but for where I'm at in my hood, my man, like, yo, everybody come through. I make it happen.
Facts.
Like no bullshit. Like, I put, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put cats on movie sets, my man. Like, you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing, but don't.
I'm hyped for you, man.
Don't let
a lot of things, man.
To those cats that get a break like that.
Yes.
Don't let it slip away.
Yes.
Don't just go home and then sit on your couch. You know what I'm saying? See, you gotta love this shit, man. I'm talking about loving so much that, my man, I remember I was doing shit $50, $100, nigga. I came from the gutter. Like, you could call me. My work ethic was so crazy that you could call me and be like, yo, I'm doing a video. But it's my iPhone, and I said, I'm coming. Where you at?
See, that's the motivation I
that's
need
where
to
I'm
hear.
at.
That's
where I'm at.
This is the motivation I need to hear from people. And if you're not this motivated to motivate other people,
you have to.
But dig the science, dig the mathematics. See. Someone's going to listen to it, and you're that motivated to motivate other people. So when you listen to this, fam, half of it, you got to be self-motivated, man.
And, yo, don't think you could, listen, when I did my first movie, I swear to God, I thought I'm going to be a millionaire. Like, that's all I kept thinking about. Because my thought was, the screen, millionaire. Like, that's what they get, right? So my first movie came out like, oh, shit, like, the money didn't match. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think a lot of people
I was one of those people like, where's the money at? What happened?
A lot of people that
so I mean, at the end of the day,
it was.
But I loved it. So I was like, okay, what I got to keep working then. Okay, that's the way I thought. I was that ignorant. But don't give up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just don't stop there. I went on to do theater. I performed a lot of. I'm talking about the 10.
I love it. Yo, I saw it. Wait, and I want people. As the interview goes, you're gonna understand it. You're just gonna recognize he's busy, bro. He's busy. This guy is grinding.
I got my kids involved, my nigga. It's crazy.
Like and people, like, for the audio listener, I want you to understand he's pretty much portraying the iconic, like, real 5 boroughs, Brooklyn kind of Bronx vibe. You know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe. So when you look at him, if you was a typecaster and you're typecasting someone, you'd be like, yo, I'm gonna hire someone for this role. Oh, this is my guy. You know what I mean? So moving forward, I want the audience and guys and everyone to understand is that what is the best way if we want to collaborate with you? We want to, like,
yo, listen. I don't care who you are, man. I love to create. I love creating. I love to have 5 minds is better than 1 mind.
Because I know there's a lot of directors out there.
I could write a script right now, but imagine if I had 5 cats, all 5 minds just working at.
Hell yeah.
Man, it's crazy.
Who, director-wise, what would be the one director? One director you would want to work with? One director.
I would love to work with Quentin Tarantino, man.
Yo, that's not a bad... Yo, give me...
I think that could happen. I know that could happen.
I know it could, because I see the connections already. I know it could. I know it could. Quentin is not...
You gotta understand, too, the Hollywood is like, everybody got their own team. And that's what I realized. That's why I'm lucky to be a part of a team that when we did our first movie, everybody's working. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Washington went on to do Random Acts of Flying on HBO.
He's busy. He's busy.
Nicholas Patel's, you already know. He went from State of the Joneses, Brad Pitt.
Busy. And like, guys, and he's dropping names, but guys, just so you understand, like, research those names because these guys are busy.
Yo, shout out to Tim Fane, you know what I'm saying?
These guys are
world-class renowned, you know, like violinist, best that ever did it, kid.
Busy.
Yo, shout out to Ghana Music. Shout out to Pocket Full of Game 2. Shout out to Ray Lute, Foster Sin.
Yup.
Shout out to my man Bully, Alex Hugo Films. These are all cats from the hood that had a dream, that said they want to do a movie.
Yep.
Came with whatever they had, which was Ricky Dick cameras, and said, yo, we're going to do it.
And that's what we're trying to do out here, man.
And that's what's crazy.
Come with the passion. Like, don't worry about that. Come with the passion. Come with the great idea, because everybody I'm bringing up here is basically co-signing the same energy. Come with the passion. Come with the idea. Manifest that. Yeah. Let it unfold, and then see where it goes. Don't get caught up in the details. You know what I'm saying? Manifest your energy, because once again, it is Cheerz to the real. Yeah. But once again, yo, it's the one and only, man. Yo, pleasure to have you, brother.
Yo, no doubt, man. Pleasure to be here, man. You already know.
Yo, so listen, like I told everybody, man, so how we gonna find you? How we gonna, like, link up with you, man? What's going on?
Yo, Instagram, man, MEEKO, no space, Gattuso, Gattuso. You could get me on there, man. Like, you know what I mean?
He's busy.
Catch me Instagram, man. TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Pixel Loop.
Yo, he got the best TikTok.
Twitter, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, you already know, man. Yo, once again, it's the one and only Mr. Tom Brody, art, music, and culture, original Long Wolf, Cheerz to the real. Yes, sir.
Screaming, cheers to the real. Good vibes only. Putting in work and recipes to all the homies. Yeah, money was the motive. Hood couldn't hold me. 100K made man, suckers looking phony. Yeah, cheers to the real. Good vibes only. Putting in work and recipes to all the homies.